This week we're going to look at some apps put out by Read, Write, Think. Read, Write, Think is brought to you by the National Council of Teachers of English, the Verizon Foundation, and the International Reading Association. When you go to their website and click on mobile apps, you will see that they have 5 very popular apps. Each of these apps is also available with a web application, so you can use these on desktops and laptops. Today we are going to look at 2 apps for writing poetry, the Acrostic Poems app and Word Mover. However, if you are interested in learning more about Timeline, Venn, or trading cards, I've already recorded videos about each of these, which you can find at the Department of Library's YouTube page. Let's start by taking a look at the app Word Mover. When students first log into Word Mover, as long as they are on the device they used last time, then they will have an account. If they're a new user, they'll simply hit that button and enter their name. So as long as they use this device, they'll be able to come back into their account. So if Jose opens up his account, he will now press to create new found poetry. Found being because he's going to use these words that are already there and arrange them to create his own poem. You can use words from famous works, as you see here on the bottom. You can use existing word banks, which there are many pages of, or students can simply create their own. If they want to look at them in a different way, they hit shuffle. Once students start to place their words, and if they need to add their own word, they can simply add one. Students can change the background if they want it to look different, but they cannot change how the words appear or the color of these texts. In fact, sometimes students will find it faster just to add the word that they're thinking of. If you have a word on top that you don't want to use, you can simply pull it over to the trash and it will confirm before you delete that. You can also add any additional marks that they want to, and you'll notice that the tiles can be layered on top of each other depending on the effect that the students are going for. Once students have it done and ready to go, then students can hit the Share It button here at the top. At this point, students can save this to their camera roll, they can send in an email, or send it to a printer if your iPad is hooked up to an Air printer. If they need to go back in and edit, they can edit, or go in and see their poems. When students are done, they can come to the top and enter the name of their poem, and it will be saved within their file. So even if they log out and they come back to the library next week, they can select if they want to do a new one or work on the one they were working on before. Especially those of you with younger students will love that there are no passwords needed for these programs. The second app that we are going to look at today is one that will help students write an acrostic poem. Students must have an account to use this, but they can easily create their own account with their name right on that page with no passwords needed, no emails, no anything. So students choose an avatar that they want and enter their name or class or however you want them to organize themselves. Students tap when they're ready to go in, and here students are first prompted to tell what is their topic word. So what will their poem be about? Perhaps they're going to write it about themselves. Second, students will be prompted to brainstorm a list of phrases that go with their topic. It may start with the letter in that poem, but they don't need to do that yet. Once students have brainstormed about their topic, they will hit Next. They are now ready to write their poem. They can use the hint words found at the bottom to help them incorporate the words that they thought of. Or of course they might think of something else as well. Students simply go to that point and type in. Students may sometimes find it frustrating because they get the spell check because you're leaving off that first letter, but you'll be able to work past that. When students are all the way done, they will tell it that they're finished. If class is over and they're not finished, they can come to the top and hit save, and they'll be able to work on this next time as long as they are on the same device. When you are finished, then students can do any of these three things: save as a draft, save it as a final, or send the final. So once you want to send the final, you give it a name and enter the email of where they want to send it. If they go to the top and hit Save Final, then this will store a copy of this to the tablet's photo album. This will allow students to bring this into other programs that they may wish to use it. If you are really into poetry, make sure you go back to readwritethink.org and check out some of the other online tools that are there to write poems. Not all of these have an app, but they still can be accessed using the internet. I hope that you will check out the other apps, Timeline, Venn diagram, and trading cards, and that you and your students will make use of these great free apps from Read, Write, Think. Thanks again.